Hey everyone, today we are back in the weekly pack. Feel free to pause, take a look around. We're actually going to hop straight into a couple bonus clips. Like I said last week, I'm going to try to change the format of my weeklies a little bit as far as the second weekly video. The first one will be the blind weekly. The second one, I'm going to try to show some of the teams I'm building. So that first one there was the infinite tardigrade setup with the unicorn and the frigate bird. Here's a little vampire bat action, and I kept running into walls with these teams. Here's one where I have great scaled team, the deer lord and a scaled dung beetle. I was using the cow and the bacons to feed the dung beetle. And look, we get mandraked with 9 trophies, 1 heart remaining. I think if we did not get dazed there, probably would have had a chance to win with our dung beetle snipes, even though it's not that powerful. But yeah, this weekly seemed very, very brutal. And I was just trying to have fun with it at first. You know, I was avoiding rabbit, as I got called out a few times in the comments. Rabbit's just something, there's certain pets I kind of like refuse to use at a certain point. And I know rabbit got nerfed, but I still kind of was on that like refusal train. But yeah, got the level 3 gelada here. Was able to stay alive to get it level 3 and then able to get the pears fed to everybody. Obviously, it would be great with the rabbit, but the rabbit only has 4 triggers, so yeah, this team seemed pretty strong. Got the coconut crab level 2 coconut as well, even though it's not that scaled. Should probably have coconut crab towards the back, so it gets the saber-tooth mammoth stats here, but I decided, you know, hopefully the coconut crab can get a KO. And they have 26 trumpets in the tank, and that's a big problem with this weekly. So a lot of teams have the trumpets in the tank. It's really hard to get through them. Here's another super fun run I have. I have a level 3 rabbit, level 2 bloodhound with the cow setup. I mean, look at the stats we're getting right now. It's unbelievable. We get 3 cows a turn. It's just too perfect. And then we even have a little reset there on this turn. So this is the I was going to say the last bonus clip. There's one more bonus clip. So showing a little bit longer, just like a turn and a battle kind of thing. Because yeah, the Bloodhound, it was a very popular video. The Bloodhound Zebra combo I had. And I think you can use Bloodhound like this a lot to basically just pump in the scaling for a couple rounds and then figure out what you want to do with the team later. In this case, I don't think I would be pivoting too much. I would just look to start buffing the sauropod and start buffing the Dumbo Octopus. I think I would keep the Dumbo Octopus because getting that equipment is really important, and there's not great equipment. And look at that, with the gingerbread, they have level 3 macaque, level 3 rockhopper penguin on turn 13. It's just devastating. It's just devastating, this whole weekly. This is what I kept running into, like, I felt like I had pretty decent teams going, and then you just run into a monster. So here is a very interesting interaction I wanted to show. I'm going to show you just kind of like an earlier turn here, and then we'll fast forward to see what happened to the end of the run. I was using the gelada with the flounder, and I was basically feeding them each 1 food. So then the Pandora's box, as you see, would give the equipment, and then we'd get the triggers in battle from both the flounder and the gelada. Now I didn't really have a plan for the flounder at this point, mainly because I was planning on like getting it level 2 and then taking the permanent experience with like a cow or something. But you can see here, I'm starting to figure it out. I'm starting to see the line. Decide to throw the radish on the flounder. I'm thinking about it. I mean to cut a lot of this fluff out, but it's hard sometimes, so I apologize. I wanted to get straight to it. But yeah, the radish actually works great on the flounder and the gelada as well. It gives you that trigger in battle. The gingerbread actually does not give you a trigger in battle. But yeah, you see both the pets transform in battle there. Flounder didn't do much. Gelada gave us the stats. And we run into the Cobra. It's still not enough. They got trumpets in the tank. Brutal. So fast forwarding this run, here's the final battle. Still only on 5 trophies. Turn 12. It's just... it just hit a hard wall, this team. And you see I still have the flounder there. I don't know what I'm doing with it. So, pretty much just got dominated here by, yeah, just kind of experimenting, messing around. but I still thought early in the weekly we should be fine. So actually now, we're going to jump into the main run. This is the main run, right here. And we're picking it up on turn 6 now. And if you see, we have 1 heart remaining, 0 trophies. So it's a dire situation. And I'm sure I put something in the title or the thumbnail. But yeah, it's we're going for the ultimate comeback here. It's very rare that I get in this scenario of actually 1 heart remaining, 0 trophies. Usually you have like 1 or 2 trophies when you go down to 1 heart remaining. And if you get in these situations with 0 trophies, 1 heart, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose. I mean, it means your run hasn't gone well to this point, unless you have built up like a big pivot scenario, maybe like a level 2 chipmunk, and maybe you have like a goldfish or something to give you that gold generation to help you pivot. You save some level ups, maybe you can turn it around. So that turn, it didn't seem like I did much, but I tossed a couple foods for the Weevil. And now we're going to take a fairy. And I have the Farmer Mouse Weevil combo going, as well as the Dumbo Octopus. So I have stuff to like feed the team and get the triggers from the Weevil. And it's a great tempo option. And I didn't realize at first, I don't think I realized until this game that there's Siamese Cat and there's Dumbo Octopus. And with the change they made to the Siamese Cat, it kind of works out perfect to where you can freeze the discounted food and simply just use it the next turn and get another food. And I'm so focused on like the Weevil stuff going on here and being efficient with my gold as I have 4 gold left. Decide to get off the Weevil, put in the other Siamese. Come on, Metabrusque, make your decisions. And as a complete blunder, decide to use the salt. And I'm thinking about it. I decide to use it, and immediately I'm like, what did I do? Yeah, look, I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, definitely making mistakes with pets that I've used many times before. It happens. It happens. And yeah, I was hoping the chili and the salt actually gets great value right there. And we survive. And there's nothing like going a back farmer mouse when you're trying to survive. So yeah, pretty, at this point, yeah, I really don't know what to do. I know I want a, another Siamese to level up. I know I want to roll for the Dumbo Octopus equipment. But otherwise, I don't really know what to do. So the guinea fowl level up shows up luckily. It kind of works out perfect. I figure, yeah, this is great. And Dragonfly's there. We have a rice on the mouse, so we can go ahead and get it in. I figured, yeah, we got a couple level 2s. Why not? It's not too bad. Considering there's not many scaling options in this pack, I'm kind of going with the scaling run. And shout out to this opponent here. They are, I believe, flinging their orangutan from the macaque to get the stats onto the jackal. And that is amazing. I was going for that a couple different times. I don't think it made it in any of the clips in these runs. Maybe you'll see it in my next video. But I definitely, from these runs that you see in this video, I have plans for how I want to attack the weekly for the rest of the week. It's definitely going to be a little different than what I usually do. But at the same time, it's a strategy I use quite often. And yeah, just going to go for it. Gonna kind of stop grinding my my fingernails on the chalkboard, going for these, I don't really know how to say it, not really specific teams, but just going for, like, the way I normally play doesn't seem to be working. Like going for the early level ups, constantly making the pivots. People seem to be like carrying low tier units and then eventually bringing in high tier units and just keeping their low tier units and pumping everything they have into the 1 or 2 high tier units they bring in. It's a great strategy to win games. And I do it often, but typically in the weeklies, I like to keep pivoting until I get a really fun team that I'm happy with. Just doesn't seem to be working this week. So 2 things frozen, don't really know what I want to do. Unfreeze them both. And bring in a Phoenix? So it looks like we're locking the team up, and I have 3 gold. So yeah, I needed to get the Dumbo Octopus rolls in order to get our scaling. And yeah, we get a little porridge, that's nice. And we're starting to get significant stats going, considering the opponent. Their guinea fowl is at 11-13, ours is at like 14 something. And we're actually able to power through a level 2 evil book. So that showed me right there that maybe we have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. And here I'm trying to figure out what to go level 3. Should probably go guinea fowl level 3 just for the ability. But I decide, you know, we only have 5 trophies. This game's going to go a very long time. I should push one of my scalers, and it's definitely better to push Siamese over Dragonfly, so then we get the full scaling of the Dragonfly, hitting 3 units instead of just 2. Our Dragonfly is essentially a penguin right now, which is fine. It's much better than nothing. And they're going Rock Hopper crazy. They have a level 2 Jackal. Thankfully, they aren't flinging it. And we barely scrape the draw. Those trumpets are so dangerous. The Rock Hopper's a really good pet. Rock Hopper Penguin. Fantastic pet. So, looking for chocolates at this point. The equipment's kind of weird in this pack. But I figured, yeah, gingerbread could be good on the Phoenix, because I kind of want to leave it level 1. So if I can get a gingerbread on it, get it level 2 at the start of battle, that would be great. It's kind of unnecessary, though. I'm kind of fine with level 1 Phoenix in the back. But yeah, kind of an awkward point to be. I'm really hoping, and there it is, for something great out of the Dumbo Octopus. And honestly, Mushroom's probably the best thing I could have asked for. Mushroom on the back Phoenix. We already have it set up. So the gods have rewarded me for sticking out the dire situation and really giving this run the best chance possible. As our Phoenix gets dazed and then gets crisped, so it gets undazed. That was pretty funny. So yeah, Mushroom Phoenix. Now I feel great. It'd be interesting if I take that Phoenix. I doubt I do, yeah. Level 1 Phoenix is all we really need at this point. And we can actually get our level 3 guinea fowl. So we get 6/6 stats from the Dragonfly now, which is great. And we're just thinking about things. Getting a chocolate from the Dumbo Octopus is pretty good. I don't think I've ever had that before. And finally I recognize, yeah, I should probably just get my biggest unit in front. I'm guessing the guinea fowl got hit by the Dragonfly a lot more. And yeah, great move there. Even though they have a weak backline that our guinea fowl could have gotten more trumpets from, I think 18's plenty. It smashed through 2 or 3 units. It's all we need the guinea fowl to do. Get through their big units. Then we get some trumpets in the tank. So hopefully the golden retriever can do some final work before they get to our mushroom phoenix. There's level 3 Siamese. The scaling is actually popping off. Found a way to scale in this weekly. And yeah, at a certain point, that's all I wanted to do because I was just constantly losing. Kind of like the first run of my blind weekly. I felt pretty devastated. And somebody commented like, "Hey man, you can't win them all. Like, it's all good. Like everybody loses a bunch of games." And it's like, yeah, I know. I lose a bunch of games too, but I feel like the weeklies, I mean, maybe I've just been on a crazy hot streak, but I feel like I found a good method to the madness in the weeklies, and I can come up with some pretty creative teams rather easily in a way, because you know, it's just a matter of like, yeah, doing the smart pivots, the stuff I preach. You take scaling on units you're going to keep, eventually you pivot off the scaling for something else, and it's just kind of a fine little dance that you do. Well, that dance did not work in this weekly, and it's not working. So like I said, I'm kind of scratching everything, and I have a couple plans in place. We'll see if I can get it done. But this run here, we are at 9 trophies, 1 heart remaining, turn 16. It is unbelievable. Level 3 Dragonfly. Very rare that I have 3 level 3s on my team. And it's funny, the only level 1 on my team is like the best unit, the Phoenix, but I want to keep it at level 1. So it gets the scaling. And yeah, the team is huge. For turn 16 in this weekly, I mean, look at the stats on the other team. They have a level 3 Warthog with no stats. Like, there's no point in having that Warthog. So yeah, even with all that, they actually, like, get through a good portion of the team. But it's a pretty comfortable win. So that felt great. Felt very great. This next bonus clip is going to be one of the only other wins I got in my first session. I probably played 10, 12 games on my first session. The first 2 were the blind weeklies. And then, yeah, eventually got that main run. Now we're jumping into a very simple team. I just wanted a win. I believe I got this one before the main run. I just wanted to see another win in the pack because I had gone 5 or 6 games without a win. I was like, all right, I took the bat early. I was like, bat good, bat always good. We'll just put a little stats on it, put a little equipment on it. And then we got the vampire bat cooking. And of course I have the Dumbo octopus I am utilizing like crazy this week. It is so freaking good. In packs where there's not great equipment, or I should say more so equipment that I don't like, the Dumbo octopus is an easy out. Yeah, trying to figure out what to do here. Decide to go separate vampire bats. Very interesting. But yeah, I think I was only putting them in separate with the hopes to either find more or find manticores. And there you go. It is a manticore party. We got the weakness. We got the snipes. And there's a 1 gold 6 mana potion. And we're on 8 trophies. So I was like, you know what? That mana potion might be good. And look at that fig value. Oh, lose the heart though. I was like, oh no, not again. Is this team really going to fall off a cliff? But power spikes, right? Double level up. 1 gold left. Of course, I'm just going to take that mana potion. So huge power spike. Should be a win. Infinite tardigrade team. And we snipe them. Perfect. Sorry, had a short interruption there, but we are back. So yeah, get to 9 trophies here, and just trying to figure out what we want to do at the final pivot here. The stake is amazing. There is another vampire bat. So obviously I get in these situations. The unicorn is pretty much pointless, so that's going to go. And gonna go ahead and bring in a separate vampire bat, put him in the front, and get a stake on him. Feels good. Should probably move the manticore to the back. But not the end of the world. So with our 2 weakness, those 2 units should die, because we get 2 snipes on each of them, and yep, they are. And can our vampire bat power through? He does. Let's freaking go. So that felt good as a win, but, you know, we've seen the vampire bat, manticore shenanigans. So here, I wanted to mess with the Deer Lord. The Deer Lord is such a great unit, and we're going to go ahead and ride off into the sunset with this run. The Eel, such a great unit as well. You kind of just need minimal scaling, and it makes sense with the Deer Lord where you get the bacons, where you just... yeah, scale the attack onto the eel. The eel only needs to get to 25 HP with a level 2. So that's why I'm throwing every single milk onto the Deer Lord. Sabretooth is the best thing you can find for the Deer Lord. Get those mammoth stats every other turn. And yeah, this team feels good. Got the Jackal sitting there in the back with the hopes that we can fling it. So with all that being said, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.